Welcome to my channel. If you are viewing for the first time, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Today, I'll be discussing about snail being an hermaphrodite animal. A single snail has both the male organ and the female organ being built by nature. That is, if you keep two snails in a confined pen, the both of the snail will mate and lay eggs at as when due. And for these eggs to be fertile and for these eggs to grow in the snail, there are certain things a farmer needs to do to ensure the snails lay prolific eggs. One, when you stock the snails, you ensure you feed them balanced diet meal. Snail feed on vegetables, snail feed on tuber tuber crop, snail feed on calcium. Calcium is very important for the development of the the snail eggs, for the development of the snail shell, and for general well-being of snails on daily basis. So snails need calcium to for general well-being, to be healthy, to be prolific, to grow strong and healthy on daily basis. And you being a snail farmer, it is important to feed the snails a balanced diet meal and to know when to feed snail and when not to feed snail, because snails doesn't feed on every day. There are sometimes we starve snail, there are sometimes we feed snail. So a farmer who is practicing an intensive system of farming is the one responsible for the day-to-day upkeep of the snails to ensure they are safe, to ensure they are feeding well, to ensure their safety, to ensure hygienic, to maintain an hygienic practices of the snail environment, which is the snail pen, to ensure the environment is tidy, to ensure the environment is conducive for the well-being of the snails to grow on daily basis. And it is very important in snail farming that for snail to produce eggs, a farmer have to a farmer has to provide the necessary balanced diet meal to ensure the snails grow healthy, fertile eggs. Like I said earlier, that balanced diet is very, very important to ensure the growth of snails. Balanced diet meal. So snails feed on rich vegetables and every other rich balanced diet meal that will encourage the eggs production at as when due. So it is important to know when to feed snail. Snail normally feed within the evening hour, within the hour of 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. At within the hour of 6 p.m., 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's the best time for farmer to moist the pen, and that's the best time for farmer to moist the pen and to ensure the feed are already in the pen for the snails. So snails normally feed once in a day, and which is at night. Snails normally carry out its activities during the night hour. That's the time you see the snails combing around the pen, moving around the pen for feeding, and that's the time they mate. You see snails when they mate during the night hour when they are mostly active at night. That is when you see the snails mating at night hour. And the environment which the pen is situated must be conducive for the snails to carry out its activities, the activities of mating, the activities of feeding, and when to produce their fertile eggs. So it is important a farmer should know how to feed snails, which is very, very important. know how to feed snails, know the time to feed snails, and it is important also to carry out the managerial aspect of the snail housing. It is very, very important to do all of that to ensure your snails are safe, to ensure your snails are growing, and to ensure your snails are faring well. So these are the activities of every farmers to know how to ensure the snails are living fine and are living well. Snail feed that are rich for proper growth and development, like rich vegetable like watermelon, cucumber, cabbage, and other crop like potato peas. Potato peas is rich for snails, well being, very, very rich. The potato pea, the pawpaw leaves, the pawpaw fruit, these are rich crop to feed snails, vegetables that snails can depend on. There are some certain things that are dangerous to snails. Salt, whatever contains salt is poisonous to snail. So most farmer which are ignorant or doesn't have a candid, those that are not knowledgeable about the snail aspect of feeding snail, sometimes they'll feed snail cooked food, which is dangerous to snail health. So whatever has a salt content, it's harmful to snails. So please and please, farmers shouldn't feed snails cooked food that has salt content in it. It is dangerous to the well-being of snails. It is harmful to the well-being of snails. There are some certain acidic fruit that are also dangerous to snail well-being. Acidic fruit like lime, which is poisonous to snails. Acidic fruit like orange also is not good for snails. Orange is not good for snails because these are acidic fruits that can harm the snails. Salt content, whatever have salt content and acidic fruit is not good for snails' well-being. Water is very important. Snails need water on daily basis. Snails need water to grow. Snails need water to move around. And excessive dryness is also can also affect the snail's activities. That's why it is important a farmer moist the pen. It is important a farmer must check on the snails. The best time to check on the snails is at the night hour. That's when you see your snails carrying out most of its activities. Snails are very active at night. So for you to know that your snails are smart, for you to know that your snails are healthy, for you to know that your snails are feeding very well, it is it is very important to always check them at the night hour. Within the hour of 8 p.m., within the hour of 9 p.m., by that time they should be feeding to the hour of 10 p.m. You can also check them. That's when you will detect to know snails that are healthy and to know if your snails are weak. Sometimes most farmers neglect the idea of monitoring their snails to not to know how they are faring. Sometimes you may not know that a few particular snails are infected. So being ignorant not to check on your snails within the night hour, you may not know when mortality may be going on. Sometimes you may see your snails dying. You may not know what could be causing the mortality in the pen. Probably ants could be invading the pen, biting the snails, or the environment is not conducive. Like I said in the earlier previous video, I said that excessive sunlight is harmful to snails. Heat, heat is also harmful to snails. The housing is very hot, it can affect the snail's well-being. When the housing is very hot, it can affect the snail's well-being. Excessive sunlight can also affect the snail's well-being. So there are certain things. That's why I said before a farmer should should embark on snail farming should look around the environment to know to see that the environment is conducive to set up what an intensive system of snail farming, like a backyard pen, a smaller pen to test one managerial skill, which is very, very important. First of all, the environment, the housing, the environment, if the environment is conducive for the snail's well-being. Feeding is very important in snail farming. So farmers should know how to feed snails, should know when to feed snails, and the necessary feed that will be given to the snails that will ensure their proper growth and development, that will ensure their reproduction. So it is important farmers should know, should search to seek knowledge to know the right feed that snail can feed on. Like I said, the best time to check on snails to know if the snails are faring well is at the night hour. That's the time to look around the pen, to observe your snail, to take time to watch on them to see, to know if the snails are healthy or the snails are weak or the snails are infected. And probably if a few snails in the pen are infected, it can affect the whole of the pen, which can result to high rate of what mortality. So please, farmers should do well to check on their snails to know how they are feeding, because if a farmer is failing on the aspect of feeding, then the there can't be a growth of reproduction, there can't be a growth of the business. So it is important every farmer should know when to feed, know how to feed, know how to ensure good managerial practices, which is very, very important. When you know how to do all of this, that is when the farming will thrive, that is when the farming will grow, that is when there will be progress in the business. So it is important to know when to feed snails, the right time to feed snails, and to know how to carry out the best managerial practices to ensure the growth of the farming. So you do well to subscribe to our channel for more interesting and educative topics about snail farming. We will be teaching you, we will be guiding you. Don't forget to drop your questions from the comment section, whatever you want to know, whatever you want observation about snail farming.